Hey Leo, welcome to your weekly forecast for October 11th through 17th. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm focusing on the 11th through the 17th, but these are energies that are going to be around for a while. So you'll catch this reading whenever you're meant to catch it, whenever you're ready for the messages that are in here. Keep in mind these are general readings for the general collective. Not every single message will resonate. So take the ones that do and leave the ones that don't. Alrighty, Leo. Let's see what's going on for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more shuffle here. Alrighty, my dears. See what we have coming up for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. First card coming up is the Knight of Cups. Now, I know a lot of people are used to watching tarot readings because they're watching for love and romance. And in a lot of the times in love and romance readings, the poor Knight of Cups gets typecast as like a player or like just someone who's messing around and, you know, is like some Don Juan kind of person. And the Knight of Cups can mean that, okay? But the cards have lots of different layers and they can be applied in different ways. It depends on what you're asking about. It depends on what the other cards are coming in with it, and it depends on the energy of the reading. Now, I'm not focusing on love and romance in this reading, but even in a love and romance reading, Knight of Cups doesn't automatically mean player. The fact that this is your first card coming out the gate makes me feel, Leo, that your heart is opening up to beauty. Your heart is opening up to beauty and creativity. And some of you are feeling like that springtime feeling, even though depending on where you are in the world, I know where I'm at, we're headed into winter. But it's almost like you have that springtime feeling in the sense of like you're open to a sense of newness, like life feels new. I see the Knight of Cups come up in financial situations when someone's opening up to receive. And one of the first ways that they open up to receive abundance is they begin to accept and notice beauty all around them. So you may have seen lately where you're like, oh my gosh, that looks really beautiful. I want to take a picture of it. And it could be a very regular, ordinary, everyday thing. I never noticed how pretty the traffic lights were on the bus ride home. I never noticed how beautiful those little blades of grass were that are growing out of the cracks in the cement over there, right? Like you're finding inspiration, you're finding beauty, you're finding hope, you're getting back your sense of adventure, your desire to explore, and you're open to the possibilities that lay ahead of you. That's one of the ways that we open up to receive abundance. So some of you maybe have been struggling for a long time. You might be coming out of a depression or a period of time in which you felt very discouraged or you felt very uninspired. There could be this this new zeal for life that you're feeling in terms of, like, again, you're noticing beauty and adventure and creativity with this Knight of Cups. Your next card here is the High Priestess. Okay, now High Priestess can be associated with both Taurus and Pisces, but if we look at it in terms of the Pisces side of things, we have water repeating here. So Leo, if you have a water sign placement, you could have some changes happening for you in that area of your life. It could be an area of life where you felt stuck for a long time. And Spirit is giving me a really interesting visual. So regardless of whether or not you have a water sign placement, Spirit is showing me like this dry desert. And all of a sudden there's like this torrent of water that's coming, like just swooping in. And it's like creating this river. And everything alongside the river is starting to turn green. And the greenery is like spreading out, like farther out. The green is coming up farther and farther out. So a lot of you are just getting your zeal back, I said, but also not just noticing beauty. I feel like beauty in your life is expanding. Beautiful experiences, beautiful surroundings. I feel like there's beauty and life, like life is returning to your life. Maybe even a better way to say this would be coming out of autopilot. Maybe you were just going through the motions and now you're coming out of autopilot. The High Priestess, you might be calling in High Priestess energy, or you may be stepping into High Priestess energy. The High Priestess is very, very intuitive. Very intuitive. And for me, someone who's in High Priestess energy, they're coming into a very high level of their healing. Like their chakras are cleared and aligned and like running on full cylinders. And there's this beautiful energy flowing through their body with the High Priestess, because they're connected to God, to higher self. And this energy is very irresistible, but especially irresistible to people that don't want to do their work. They don't want to do their healing because it's too scary. So if you're in High Priestess energy, you might notice and sense your intuition is increasing. You might notice and sense that you are feeling healed from a lot of things that used to drag you down. And you might begin noticing that you're getting a lot of attention, that people just kind of want to be near you. People, strangers, might be opening up and rambling to you about their life. You might have people reaching out and wanting to spend time with you. You may have people pursuing you very persistently, romantically, when you're in High Priestess energy. But these are people that we need to be cautious, because they're like moths rushing towards a candle in a dark room. They don't know what you are. They don't understand what you are. They're just very hypnotized and they want to get at you. Now, in reality, if they get at you, this is going to be someone who's going to hook into you, it can begin feeling very draining for you. You might feel a lot of chemistry in the beginning, but eventually it's something that's going to drain you and make you very tired, make you very exhausted, because it could be a parasitic connection. So one of the things that we learn when we're in High Priestess energy is that not everybody who wants us gets to have us. Whether it's a work situation, a business situation, a romantic situation. So I think this is a time that you're learning better, Leo, to see through people and to realize who is adding from your life versus who is taking from your life. Okay? And I feel, again, that there's an increased sense of intuition. In fact, we talked about the creativity, the creative energy of the Knight of Cups. People don't realize creativity and intuition go hand in hand. I've said this before in other videos. It is my opinion that artists, musicians, people who create art is a form of channeling, because you're tapping into a frequency and you're taking something from the air and you're bringing it into the physical realm. It's the same as channeling, except instead of bringing the message through words, you're bringing the message through some other media, right? Imagery, sculpting, pictures, music, sound. So it's a form in which we're channeling. Okay, so some of you might be really increasing creativity and intuition as a part of your ascension right now. Now, your next card, Leo, is the Lovers. Now we have major arcana cards coming in back to back. When the major arcana cards come in back to back, it tells me there's going to be really big changes in a very short period of time. We're coming into changing frequency. Now, major arcana cards are going to come up when we're coming into a significant chapter in our life. This is energy that's going to be around a while. We're not just talking about a few days here. This is a significant turning point. When the Lovers card comes up, I know a lot of people are like, oh, yay, happy relationship. And though the Lovers card has a romantic element to it, and we see it as romantic relationships, when the tarot was first put together, the Lovers card, the 6th major arcana, was not called the Lovers card. It was called the Choice in some decks, the Decision or the Sacrifice in other decks, because the Lovers card is about choices and decisions, picking between two things. Do I want to be single? Do I want to be in a relationship? Do I want to be in a relationship with the person I am with now, or somebody new coming in, or somebody now versus somebody in the past? Do I want this or that? What am I willing to do to get it? It's a question. It's a time of choices, decisions. Like, which direction do you want to go in? Now, for you, there could be here a romantic element, right? I'm not focusing too much on love and romance in this reading, but I can't lie to you. There's some romance vibes coming in here. So I do have to address that here for a moment. And those of you that don't want to talk about love, we'll talk about something else in just a minute here. But for some of you, you are being very persistently pursued by a person, right? And you might have to make a decision. But this is the message Spirit is bringing for you. And some of you are going to get really mad when I say this. Those of you who it might apply to, you might be coming to me for the comments and saying that I don't know what I'm talking about and it's not true. However, I have to say it. Spirit wants you to know that your romantic relationship, who your partner is, and your spiritual level, like your spiritual work, your spiritual healing, are not necessarily connected. Okay, it would be a very, very, very rare instance where somebody is being brought together as a couple for spiritual reasons or spiritual purposes. So some people might think that, well, this is my twin flame because I've been healing myself and I've been, coming into this higher frequency. So now my twin flame is coming in. And, oh, you know what I heard? I heard that a lot of the times the twin flames are married to other people, or they're in another relationship, and then eventually they come together, and then we'll have situations with people that are very karmic, that we have a very strong connection with karmically, and it's not a good situation to get involved with. It's somebody who's emotionally unavailable, somebody who's married, and we're like, oh, that's the twin flame. That's why I get a little bit worried, okay? It can get confused. It can get a little bit twisted. And a not so great situation can be mistaken for twin flame when it's more of a karmic thing. So if you're in a situation where you're married or this other person is married and there's this intense connection and you're thinking, oh, this must be my twin flame, and since I've been, increasing my intuition, that means that this is the person I'm supposed to be with. The Knight of Cups would tell me this might be more of a beautiful romance. But High Priestess tells me this is somebody that might be feeding off of your energy. And that can feel like explosive chemistry. But in the end, it begins to feed off of you, or like they're feeding off of you. Very parasitic. Lover's card in that instance for me in love readings can come up to say that you're on a journey to learn what love is. And I'm sorry to say, some of you are dealing with a karmic who's going to teach you what love is not. Okay? This doesn't apply to every single one of you, so don't get upset. Watch the Gemini love reading for October. I've already done a Gemini love reading for October, and I don't recall anything like what I'm saying right now coming up in the Gemini love reading for October, but I do feel Spirit pushing me to say this because there's some people right now that need to hear that message in the weekly forecast. Now, the Lover's card, as I said, choices and decisions. You might be preparing to make some sacrifices for this new path, and Spirit is saying, think about the sacrifices and go based on, choosing the higher path, choosing from your intuition and your gut, okay, versus making fear-based decisions. You don't want to jump into something because you're like, I got to hurry up and make this happen now before something happens and this person changes their mind or they might leave, or that's a fear-based decision. If something is meant to be, it's going to happen. Don't rush into something out of fear. Take a step back and take your time. If it's not romantic, it could be something else, right? Don't make a fear-based, rushed decision. The next card that's coming up here for Gemini is the Page of Swords. Okay? Oh, I said Gemini. I'm so sorry. This is a Leo reading. This is not a Gemini reading. I said Gemini because of the Lover's card. So if you have a Gemini placement, there could be really big changes or shifts happening for you in that area of your life. You may be dealing with a Gemini as well. You may be receiving communication from a Gemini. I feel you're more the High Priestess energy. You may be receiving a message here from a Gemini with the Page of Swords coming in. Pages can sometimes indicate messages coming in, or a younger air sign person. So air signs are going to be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Page of Swords can be the need to get more information. Before you make this big decision, before you take this big leap, before you make these sacrifices, it's a good idea for you to get a little bit more information, to do a little bit more reconnaissance work here, to find out a little bit more about this person or this offer or this situation, you know, to find the fine print, so to speak. Page of Swords can also indicate that you might have somebody gathering information about you and trying to figure out how to approach you, or when might be a good time to approach you with something they're going to ask you for, because they feel like you're going to be more likely to give it. And so you might think, oh my gosh, this person came in at exactly the time when I felt the most discouraged. So this must be my hero. This must be the answer to my prayer. But ask yourself honestly, are there any things you may have shared with mutual friends? Or are there any things you may have posted on social media that somebody who maybe wronged you in the past or was trying to pursue you and you put down a boundary, or even a work situation? Maybe you left a work situation out of principle, out of, you know, the principle of the matter, and there's information out there that might suggest that you're feeling really down and you're feeling really discouraged and everything just really kind of sucks right now. It's kind of like the devil appearing at the weakest moment and saying, you know, why don't you do this and why don't you do that? Like, you know, go easy on yourself, or like, here I am. And they're presenting themselves as they're the answer to the problem. But they know if they had come at you a month ago or a few weeks ago when you weren't discouraged, you would have said, hit the road, get out of here. I'm never going to go back to work for you again. You know, you were a terrible boss, or that was a terrible experience. Or I'm never going to, you know, move back in with you. That was a horrible living situation. Or I'm never going to reconcile with you and be your, you know, boyfriend or girlfriend ever again. Right? Like, under any other circumstance, you would have told them no. But now that things feel kind of, you know, discouraging, and you're looking for hope, you're looking for a ship to come in, they know that, and they're taking advantage of that energy. So be aware of that and be cautious of that. It's like, I feel, Leo, that some of you are in a very, very fragile crossroads, because there might be some sadness. You may be coming out of depression or feeling stuck, and now the heart is beginning to open, and you're seeing hope, and you're seeing inspiration, and you're seeing like there's a chance for receiving, and that there's energy coming into your life. But unfortunately, the past has a way of trying to grab us and yank us back into the old energy before we fully, totally cross over into the new higher energy, into the new higher frequency. So I feel that a lot of you are at this very delicate transition where you're hopeful. You have hope. You're beginning to feel joy. You're beginning to feel optimism. You're seeing that, you know, good things are going to happen for me. And I feel for some of you, some situation from the past is coming in and acting as though it's here to help, or it's here a part of the process. Be cautious of that. Be cautious of that. Because I feel you're shifting, and some old energy is coming in and trying to keep the shift from happening. That happens sometimes. Okay? Sometimes we can have really bright, positive outlook. and we can feel very moved to make positive changes in our life. But we let the old energy linger because we don't want to be judgmental, and then we have clashes, bad things happen. For example, Gabby Petito. She had this whole thing, she had this whole vision how she was gonna share this way of life and, you know, being out in nature and living this creative, intuitive, natural life, you know, connecting with earth, connecting with the beauty that is around us, you know, unplugging from the matrix, all that good stuff. Now, I can't say who hurt her. Legally, I can't say who hurt her. Because, you know, people are innocent until proven guilty, but we can say she was not kept safe. And we can say that she was harmed by that person. We do know she was harmed. I can't say who killed her because I don't have that proof, but there's enough proof that this person harmed her and did not protect her and did not keep her safe. So old energy will come in to prevent us from rising up. And please don't panic. I'm not saying that for you guys it's going to be life and death situation or life and death scenario. But if you are someone who's left an abusive situation, do not go back. Under any circumstances, do not go back. Because Spirit is giving me the sense or this feeling like there's this new life. There's hope, there's happiness, there's beauty. Like you're in the Garden of Eden, like looking with like this awe, and all of a sudden the devil is, you know, taking the form of a snake and slithering through the tree and saying, is it really so? Is it really so that you're not supposed to, you know, talk to me? Is it really so that you can't listen to me? Is it really so that you're not supposed to have a bite of the apple from the tree? And it will stroke our ego. What did the devil tell Eve? Well, the only reason why you're not allowed to have a bite from the tree is because God knows if you have a bite of this apple, you're going to be smarter than God. Your eyes are going to be open and you're going to like know everything. And then it's just because God is jealous of you. That's why God told you that, because God is totally jealous of you, right? And she's like, oh my gosh, yes, totally. God is jealous of me. And so what did she do? She took a bite of the apple. I mean, everything, like, you know, happened. So this is the whole thing. You're going to have somebody present something to you and say, you know, why not do this? Why not take this? Right when you're on a better path. So I feel those of you who've been moving forward, continue to move forward. Don't fall for that temptation. Don't fall for the thing that's coming in and seducing you. It's presenting itself as something really wonderful, something really great, but really there might be heartache if you partake in it. So be aware of temptations, be cautious of temptations, and find your bliss, follow your bliss, but pay attention to the red flags. If you pay attention to red flags, then you're going to know when something is God-given versus something that might be a bit of a trap. You're at a very, very crucial crossroads right now. And you have help. Your angels are with you. Your guides are with you. Okay? Continue in your prayer. Continue in your meditation. Ask for guidance. But pay attention to red flags. If this is causing you to like break certain rules or ethics or morals, chances are it's not going to have a happy ending if you go down that path. But if you make your decisions based on your principles, your priorities, your ethics, your morals, things will return with blessings. Things will come your way with blessings. Okay? You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to go to calendly.com, you can schedule /amethyst angelite. you can schedule a private reading with me there. Link is in the description. A lot of people have been asking me about sending tips or donations. Not necessary at all, but very much appreciated if you do feel moved to do so. So there's a link for that in the description as well. Don't forget to check out the love and romance readings. And I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Take care, Leo. Bye, my dears.